Hello everyone, this is Netstalk. Welcome to the second tutorial on Java for beginners. In this tutorial, we're going to learn about declaration, initialization, and data types. We declare and initialize variables. In programming languages, variables are units which are used to hold some particular value and which can later be operated upon. So if I write a is equal to 5, this would mean that this particular variable a is holding the value 5. Similarly, if I write down b is equal to the character g, this would mean that this variable b is holding the character g. Now the fact that variables can later be operated upon makes them very useful in programming languages, but we cannot directly write down a is equal to 5. This way the compiler never knows what kind of variable a is. So if I write int a, the compiler is going to know that the variable a is of integer data type, and if I write char b, the compiler is going to know that the variable b is of char data type and it can hold only character values. This is known as declaration, where I declare to the compiler what kind of variable data type my variable is going to hold. So this does not actually give any value to the variable a. So if I write here a is equal to 5, this is going to assign the value 5 to the variable a. Now this is known as declaration and this is known as initialization. We are mostly going to use a combined form, which is int a is equal to 5. Now this is both declaration and initialization, and we are mostly going to use this form. Now let's talk about the keyword int right here. We have also seen the keyword char. Now int and char are two of the 8 data types in Java. A data type is a unit which enables the variable to hold only a particular set of values. For example, if I said int a, if I declared a as integer, a can hold values only like 5 or 10 or minus 100, all integer values. It cannot hold values like a character or a decimal value. So for a character value, we have to define the variable as a character, and for decimal values we define the variable as either a double or a float. Now as I said, there are 8 data types. They are int, long, short, byte, float, double, character, and boolean. These first 4 data types are basically integer data types. The difference lies in the amount of memory they occupy in the RAM and their ranges. So let's see the amount of memory they occupy and range. You can see byte occupies 1 byte in the RAM, short 2 bytes, int 4 byte, long 8 bytes. You can see the ranges. Now the next 2 data types were float and double. Float and double are used to hold floating values or decimal values. The amount of memory float holds is 4 byte, double 8 bytes. The range you can see right here. Now character holds character values. It occupies 2 bytes in the RAM. Now character can hold any kind of value like numbers or alphabets or special characters. And we have another data type which is boolean. Boolean is a very special data type which is present in Java. It can hold only either of 2 values which are either of true or false. Now we're not going to use boolean much right now, but we'll use it later on. Now I'm going to use the data type byte for a minute. So if I declare b and initialize it to 5 as a byte data type, and let me print this particular variable. So if I want a variable to be printed in the output screen, I'm going to use a plus operator right outside the quotes and then the name of the variable. And let us compile this particular program, and it is compiled successfully. Let me run this program. Okay, you can see b is equal to 5 is printed in the output screen. Now you remember the range of b was the range of byte was from minus 128 to 127. Now what if I put the values 326, which is greater than 127, or which is outside the range of byte? Now what is going to happen is that I'm going to get an error. It shows that incompatible types. Now if you remember, the range of integer was greater than that of byte. So if I replace it by int data type and compile, I'm getting no errors, and b is equal to 326 is printed in the output screen. Now if I'm going to change b's value from an integer to a decimal, and the data type will be int still, If I execute, I'm going to get an error which is incompatible data types again. This is because the integer data type cannot hold decimal data type. So I have to change this data type itself, and I'm going to convert it to double. Okay, so now let's execute, and it has compiled. In order to execute, I have to write data types. Okay, b is equal to 326.54 is executed successfully because double data type can hold decimal data types. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.